Aren't we all addicted to the internet one way or the other? Isn't connectivity an essential part of our busy urban lives? Think of it. You're always online. Your mobile phone is permanently connected to a network. You can read emails, you can receive messages, you buy stuff online that gets delivered on the same day or the day after. At work, you do research. You know about prices, you have your website up and running, you're doing e-commerce. You know, it's the real life as we know it. But I think we all know this moment of cold turkey when you're out in the woods, when you're disconnected for a few hours or days. Think about, would you be able to work and study without a network? But that's the reality for billions of people on this planet. Every single day. Now, imagine a future where every mobile phone, no matter where on Earth, can connect directly to a network, where everyone can access high-speed internet. And that is not a distant dream. That's an almost there reality that's about to transform our lives in ways we've only just begun to realize. It's about the new satellites, the new satellite constellations that are being launched right now. Today, I want to explain this new race to space and provide how this can provide a greater good for our planet and our society, and how rural communities will benefit, and how we may also see a positive impact on migration, urbanization, and poverty. Born 1 year before Neil Armstrong landed on the moon, I was reading Tintin comics and I absorbed them, and that's where I got this rocket from. It all felt so remote and distant and remotely possible, and now rockets are launching multiple times a week. 2 years ago, I got my first Starlink, and that changed my professional life, honestly. I'm a big fan of seeing is believing, and in my professional life, I try to find and develop profitable use cases that technology brings and what the big change will be for corporates. And I know there's controversies in the media about founders and billionaires, but let's not get distracted. I'm trying to avoid the word disruption, but what we are seeing right now is a fundamental change in technology. Who has heard of Starlink or Amazon Kuiper? Raise your hands. Wow, that's a lot. What do they provide as a service? It's basically internet access. And soon, it will be able to connect to your mobile as well. Your mobile without any alterations. So there will be a time when distance and isolation are no longer barriers, where you can stimulate economic activity everywhere. And this journey only started in 2021 when Starlink was launched. And Amazon is about to launch their first satellites this year. So why is this such a big step forward? It's because it's providing high speed, low latency internet access at low cost, and it can scale up. And today, just yesterday I read the news, it's starting at 29 euros a month for the service, and the hardware is below 250 euros. So that's really affordable for us, at least in the developed world. Currently, we have more than 5,400 Starlink satellites up in the skies. And there are more to come. We have Amazon, OneWeb is already active, and expect a lot more from China. The bottom line is there will be a lot of competition and connectivity up there. And it's not about the technology. It's about affordable broadband connectivity in places that could not be reached before. Now, we have this global connectivity, fine. But what do we do with it? What's the impact? Look at that map. The blue is population density on our planet, and the red is speed test measurements on mobile phones. So you see the gap? Not all parts of the globe are made equal. 80% of the planet lack mobile. It is estimated that more than 450 million people have no access to communications at all. And granted, mobile is not easy. Building a mobile network you're required to build towers. You need to run fiber to connect these towers, and you need a lot of money. But the GSMA, which is the industry body of the mobile industry, has solid proof from the launch of the 3G networks and the data, mobile data, that it has a significant impact on GDP growth. Now, shouldn't this be possible with what we are seeing here right now? Now, think of a rural farming community. What would this do to you if you would live there? Would you move to a big city to get decent employment? Would you leave your family and your friends behind? If you could get proper online training, do self-learning on whatever, Coursera, Khan Academy, being able to get a better job or to get better at your job. This transformation of rural communities is happening. And in the US, it's already visible. When you read up online, you see lots of voices of people stating how blessed they feel that they are now being able to connect in places where they could not before. Now you can equip your farming machines with sensors and analytics. And you can even do remote maintenance and one day autonomous farming. This will significantly improve productivity and yield in this industry, which, by the way, is urgently needed for the next 2 billion humans on this planet. And the need for protein and the dietary changes stimulated by population growth and socioeconomic development are estimated to be between 35 and 56% additional need until 2050 compared to 2010. So there's a lot of work to be done. But that's the big opportunity. You can do new farming. And you can provide modern, attractive jobs, even in farming communities. And you can empower these rural communities to achieve better education, create new employment opportunities, and also improve the medical environment. But what we are seeing today is urbanization. And that's a strong global trend that's causing many problems, including urban poverty. And the main cause of migration from rural to urban areas is the prospect of better employment or earning opportunities in urban areas, combined with hardship or the lack of prospects in your home villages. And that's not only the case in Africa or in China. That's happening right at our doorsteps. Look at the Vallis region or in Apulia in Italy, where villages are offering cash if you move there and promise to stay there for the next 20 years. So this apparently is a global trend, even in the developed world. Now, let me tell you something about Taobao villages. I guess you probably heard about Alibaba from China, and Taobao can be compared to Amazon. And Taobao villages are places where local communities bootstrap e-commerce activity, where people join forces to produce locally and sell globally. And there's a successful template for doing so. It started in 2013 with about 20 Taobao villages. Now, in 2020, there are more than 5,400 of them. That means 30,000 shops, more than 8.2 million jobs that were created, and more than 140 billion US dollars in sales. That's about the size of the GDP of Morocco or Slovakia. And this contributed to economic development and rural revitalization significantly. And it transformed these rural communities because they leveraged the connectivity, the access to the internet. And they were able to start with their trades and crafts and in their specific niches and work from there. It created jobs, it increased income, and it reversed depopulation. So now you see young people returning or staying in their hometowns and doing and engaging in online business. So let's connect the dots. We have a technology that can bridge the digital divide and that can bring connectivity to remote places. And we have a blueprint to bootstrap economic activity in communities that were not able to have connectivity. And we have connectivity, education, and employment there. Satellites must play a role in this game here. So shouldn't we get together and discuss how to make this happen? I think we should set up connectivity hubs. So think of it. What can you do to reap the societal benefits of connectivity where it was impossible before? As we stand here today, the dawn of a new era of connectivity, let's not just think of satellites as machines orbiting our Earth owned by a handful of billionaires or private companies. Instead, let's see them as a great opportunity. Let's see them as the threads weaving a tapestry of a united world, a world where every corner is illuminated by the light of knowledge, opportunity, and hope. Global development with connectivity is not a distant dream. It is our future right now. So let's go to work and make it happen.